Here's a start on the other side of the truck. It's a little bit hot right now to be working on that side, so I decided to start over here in the shade at least a few couple hours until it cools down a little bit on that side, and we'll hop back on cutting up that bed. I do have a buddy of mine coming over later to help me set that bed, so I do want to have that thing going, but I think everything over there is just about done. But I was trying to show you guys before I cover all this up the numbers on the head for all you big Chevy motor guys. You guys can tell me what kind of heads this thing's got. I don't think this motor is stock, or should I say, I don't think that this motor was originally in this vehicle. It's probably a stock motor, but I don't think it's from this year. Again, this is a 1969. That's the numbers that are on this head. Let me see if I can reach back here and get to this. Oh, there you go. There's another one. Looks like a GM something. Maybe you guys can make that out. Looks like a 37 and then 39-70010. So that's for you guys out there that are big into these motors. I'm not an engine builder. I don't claim to be, but I do know that this thing needed a valve cover gasket. So this is probably the only time I'll be in here. Everything looks to be at least in working order. Nothing looks crazy, nothing looks broken. So I think it might just be a stock motor. But what kind of motor is it? You guys can let me know. I'll post this up and see what kind of answers I get. Alrighty guys, this is a real quick video. Maybe I'll put you guys back on once I replace this gasket, kind of show you what the engine looks like, and then later on we'll be back there again, put the phone to charge, and then I'll cut you guys back in here in probably about 2 or 3 hours or so. Alrighty, stay tuned, we'll be back. Okay, so man, this could turn into a huge mess real quick, I'll tell you what. And it being 100 and I think it's 102 today, it's not really helping. But so this is what I came up with. A template pretty much is what I went with. I grabbed a one of these cardboards that I was using for the exhaust down there as a mat, and I taped it up to this wheel, and I just traced all the way around, and this is what I got. So this is an outside template, and I just kind of made somewhere I can hold it. Don't mind the hole, just somewhere I can hold it so I can mark with the other hand. And a quick note, I did extend these cuts over an inch both directions, and let me show you why. Let me grab a straight edge real quick. Now the way I had laid it out yesterday was the way that you would lay it out, and how I've laid it out in the past, but I forgot one thing. I am running a Watts link on this setup, and it's the first time I've used a Watts link, so it just completely crossed my mind. And I had got the measurements from, basically the bed would sit right there, like right in front of the weld, just like that. But see that the Watts link would hit. So I brought it back an inch, brought it back an inch. So we're gonna be looking more like this. And so since I went back an inch on this side, and this side was gonna be right on the weld, I didn't want to make it look like the bed was shifted too far back. And believe me, it's just a me thing. You know, I like stuff to match, and if this side goes back an inch, then the other side has to go back an inch. That way it looks like this notch is where it's supposed to be. So no biggie. Measured it 1 inch and cut that. So there's that. I'm not gonna leave that part out because, oh look, there it is right here. Oh, and let me show you this guy right here. I got my drive shaft in. I went to Driveline Performance here in Bakersfield, and I took my drive line for them to put in the new whatchamacallit. It's on the tip of my tongue. Well, anyways, these right here. And they needed the measurement just to double check when they put everything back together that they would fit. So they told me where to measure it from. I gave them the measurement, and they actually pointed out to me that the drive line that I removed from the truck was no longer gonna work. So I was thinking, now how could that be if it was in the truck? But I had completely forgot that we put in this trailing arm bracket there, and those are not in the factory location. So I mean, the overall length is the same because we didn't move the engine and we didn't move, you know, the rear end any. Everything stayed where it's at, but we did move that, and those bolts are in a different spot. It was actually like 3 inches off from what they were telling me. So they needed to build a new one anyways to make my old one work, or should I say modify the old one for it to work, extend the one side and make one side shorter to accommodate these holes being in the different spot. So we got to talking, and they showed me their product, and this is one that they make there in-house. It's got a billet bearing. I mean, this thing's sweet. Polyurethane looks like. Oh yeah. See, I mean, this is a drive line, and then this was what did he say it was? Telescopic, I think is the right word. This moves in and out, you know, in case it shifts any. You're not putting any strain on that center joint there like you would on a stock one. And since it is on Air Ride, you know, it will be going up and down. So I'm sure there is some slight movement that goes on, and this takes care of that. So that's a story. And so it was going to cost me just about the same to fix the other one. So I went with it. I said, how soon can you get it to me? He said, I'll get it to you in 2 days. So 2 days later, here it is, shining like a diamond. But we're not here for that. We're here for this. And let me show you what we got in here. Ooh, it's a lot easier to get in here now. But center of the bolt hole is the center of the wheel, right? Guys following me? And let me grab my measuring tape. It's kind of hard with one hand, but you're gonna have to deal with me here. From here to here. the wall. I got a measurement. I can't think about what it was, but I'll show you here. See if we get this thing to stay straight for us a little bit. Okay, there we go. There you go. 3'5" and a quarter. So then we went up. Same thing. 3'5" and a quarter. And then I got my straight edge. Let me go grab it. And got my straight edge. And got my mark. Put it up there, just like that, right there. And then I made a mark. And then I actually taped this thing to the wall right there. I taped it right across here. Taped it so it wouldn't move. And then I got my template here. I found the center and then lined it up with my mark up there, and then matched up my mark down there with the edge of the straight edge. And then I marked that right there. Now, where did I get this measurement from? This little height, because I mean, where would you put it? Here, here, here. You can put it wherever you want. Now, I know my truck doesn't lay frame, but it does go very low. And I'm gonna be modifying a set of stock fender wells, and I'm gonna be modifying these to fit right up to the top like that. So then what I did is I made a mark in here like that. And that's where I got this mark. That's the inside, that's the top of the inside of this fender. Now, once we throw on the bed, which hopefully my friend will have a chance to come down later. He does work a lot, but he has a service truck which has a small crane on the back, and I think the crane will be better than grabbing a set of buddies, because the crane, we can go down real slow, and we could also lift it really quick instead of having somebody hurting their backs, because I'm going to be testing this cut once the bed is on the truck. You know, this is kind of like a rough cut. Now, if the tire doesn't go all the way up to that mark, I'm okay with that. I'm more worried if the tire hits that cut, then we need to raise the bed up a little bit more and then cut a little bit higher. And then we would be trimming this lip right here. This is a good, I don't know, 1.25 inches, I think it was, or something like that. So we can still go up quite a bit. Now, I know the tire's not going to go way up here because it's, like I said, it's not laying frame, but I think it should go to at least here. If the tire doesn't go to there, then that's perfect for me too, because that means that the tire is not going to hit on the inside of that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Let's get this thing cut. We'll get it cleaned up, and then I'll check the time, but I think my buddy gets off around 5, and I think it's close to 4:20 something. So I've got just enough time to make this cut, and then the other one's already laid out, which I just rubbed off with my back, but same spot, same deal. So we'll get this cut, we'll get this bed cleaned off. Oh, center neck on the fuel tank. Very simple. I'll explain to you since I'm already here. But center of your bolt hole is the same as the center of that slotted hole on the frame, right? That's our mounting spot. So I went straight across the line, just like that. And then I got a measurement from here to the center of the tank, or the fill neck. And then I got a measurement from here to here, and then crossed it and made my hole right there with one of these. And it's a little bit crooked. It wobbles a little bit, so it actually cut a little bit bigger than this, but this is still bigger than the fill neck on that thing. And this is, what size is this? 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 worked out perfect. And if I have time, I'll cut this, and then I'll explain this over there. Kind of recap what I just said right now, in case you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'll try to explain it in slower, more detailed version. But we'll be back to this. Let's finish this up. Well, after some careful measuring, check that out. We got a bed on the truck. So yesterday when my buddy came over, this happened. Oh yeah, it looks beautiful, man. The floating artwork. Very, very, very happy of how this is turning out. Check that out. Everything is coming to place. The fenders are gonna work out just fine. Way more than enough clearance. We need to do a little bit of trimming on this side. We're a little bit off on our center here, but that's the travel of the trailing arms. As this goes up, it tucks in, you know, and as you raise it up, it'll get centered up. But either way, that cut's still gonna work. I'm gonna trim a little bit on this side just to kind of round it off a little bit, make it match this side. About 1 inch maybe or so, and then just kind of blend it into this and leave that the way it is. We are running 24-inch wheels, and we can still go up a little bit, but it ain't gonna be much, maybe 1/2 inch at the most. I'm maxed out on the jack, so I can't go up any higher, but there's still room for it to go up. We just kind of did it last minute yesterday. Check the cuts on the bed, so we're good there. Shock's clear, everything clears. The battery, yep, got room with the battery in there. So we are looking nice, looking real nice. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the process, and I hope you guys can see the vision coming together. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up today, at least this video, but we got some stuff to do still. So stay tuned and come back for next time. We're gonna start mounting tank. We're gonna air management. We're gonna connect airlines. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the flip side.